let us get started, friends. This is me. My name is Bharani Kumar. One second. Let me open my slides and let me quickly introduce myself. And then we can get started. Okay. Hello all. Welcome to the session. Good afternoon. This is me. My name is Bharani Kumar. I happen to be a digital transformation expert and Industrial Revolution 4.0 implementer. I happen to be director of InnoDataTix USA and 360 Digit MG. Digit MG stands for Digital Transformation, Management and Governance. I have overall 15 years of experience and I happen to be alumnus of Indian School of Business and IIT Hyderabad. Since 8 years, I have been training. This does not mean I deliver only trainings. 70% of my time I spend doing consulting for various companies. Right? Consulting, we do various projects. A few of our prestigious clients happen to be Coca-Cola, Korean Airlines, so on and so forth. And another 30% of the time, we deliver trainings. Any trainer delivering trainings in our organization has to do 70% of their time projects. Why is that so? Because we want to bring in the rich consulting experience into the trainings. There are a lot of training institutes which exist. They have theoretical trainers, meaning they learn somewhere the concepts and they try to deliver trainings based on that. They do not have any practical working experience. Don't get trained by such people and don't get fooled by such people. Okay, it is your career. It is very important. Okay, out of 100 plus consulting engagements which I have performed until now, 40 plus have been into big data, analytics, and artificial intelligence, AI. And I would have trained until now 4,000 plus professionals. What we also do is we give our own participants opportunity to work on live projects. When we do projects, we also give chance to our own participants to work on these projects so that they gain practical real life experience. I wish to demonstrate a few of such projects, and it's there on my LinkedIn profile. This is my LinkedIn profile. I have, let me open this. Let me get to my pose. Recently, I have built a forecasting model which has given an accuracy of 98% on COVID-19, and it has 5,348 views. I have also posted certain videos on binge watching. That means if you can watch a lot of videos, basically, right? That's binge watching. And here are a few projects. One of our own past participant, Shubha, she has worked on this live project. This project is all about placing a bounding box, and the moment a vehicle goes through that, it would track it. It would track, look at that, it is tracking that this is a car, this is a bus. It is tracking that this is a vehicle, bike, two-wheeler, this is a car, this is auto, another two-wheeler. So what's happening? Automatically it is capturing the count on how many vehicles cross a traffic signal, or how many vehicles cross a toll booth. And it will also place the details in Excel sheet automatically by making such count. You get to work on these kind of projects. When I say live, I mean it. And we have also built chatbot for we've also built a chatbot for Paradise. How many of y'all are aware of Paradise? Can you please respond on the chat window? How many of y'all are aware of Paradise? Please, friends, can you respond? Yeah, I paused the video because please use chat window. Can you respond? No? Yes? Okay. Paradise is, if you come to Hyderabad, you cannot miss out on having Paradise biryani. Biryani is famous and Paradise is even famous for that. So let me play this. This is our artificial intelligence driven chatbot. To give you all a better sense, let me go to our website and let me show you the AI driven chatbot which we have built. Here we go. Who is chatting with me? Is it a human? Do we have our people chatting with us behind the scenes? No, it is automated AI driven chatbot. Where did you first hear about us? Say from Google. Okay, and then it will ask you the next set of questions. What are you currently into? Say you're working. Who is chatting with me? Chatbot. Artificial intelligence driven chatbot. Which type of training are you looking for? Individual training. We would like to get your basic details. What is your name? That's my name, Bharani Kumar. Can I have your email ID? Oh yes, absolutely. Let me provide this. And it captures the details, the chatbot. Some number I just keyed in there. Thank you for sharing your details. Which type of program are you looking for? Say you're looking for course certification. Say you're looking for data science. It says, hey, we have two programs, data science, Python and R programming for 250 hours. Do you want that? Yes, book an appointment. Oh, we have only 3 slots left for today, 3:30, 4 and 4:30. Let me choose 3:30 and let me confirm. And your appointment is confirmed. So one of the career counselor would call me. Would you like to explore more? No. How was your experience? Awesome. The point that I'm trying to drive here is that when you build an AI-driven chatbot, it will automate a lot of things for you. And that is exactly what we have done for Paradise. And we have done behavioral analytics. She is one of our participants from Malaysia who has undergone our AI training. So what the project that she has worked on is that it will place a bounding box around the face, determine the gender, and then it will also determine the behavior. This is called as behavioral analytics, neutral. If she smiles, it says happy. If she closes her eyes, it says it is sleepy. I mean, she is sleepy, right? In that way, happy. So 3,790 views. So what we do is when our participants work on such live projects, we project it on our profile so that they get the required visibility. And a lot of these people are already placed. They got jobs because they cleared the final stage. There are a lot of other projects. Let me display a few of those. And you'll be really happy to see these kind of projects come live, right? We have done a specific project for Coca-Cola on industrial revolution. So it's going to track using IoT sensor the number of bottles which are manufactured at a rapid pace. This is just a glimpse of what we have done, a glimpse, right? We include our participants on such projects. And this is a robot that we have built. Please have a look at this.
Welcome message. Hello everyone, I am Vinny. A warm welcome to our event. Hi Nina, I am Winnie. You look so excited to see me, so I thought I can answer some of your questions. Data science. Data science is a multidisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from structured and unstructured data.
Hi Vinny.
I am listening.
Wish hello to everyone.
Hello everyone. A warm welcome to our event of 360 DGTMG. I hope you all are having a good time.
Which event are we at?
We are at the All-Free franchise event of 360 DGTMG company.
Who is the CEO of 360 DGTMG?
The CEO of 360 DGTMG is Mr. Bharani Kumar.
Yep. So robot 2.0 version is getting ready. It will be live. If not the COVID-19 lockdown, we would have had it in our office by now. It will give you a shake hand. Okay, and then it is also going to hug you. It will not hug you so hard that you die, but yep, it will also hug you. And this is our USA-based analytics consulting firm. And we have been rated as the 20 most promising data analytics solution provider for 2018. We cater to a lot of industries, to a lot of sectors, and to a lot of domains. You find these here. We have done projects in the space of automotive, and let me show you that. In 2017, 3 years back, we have done one of the amazing projects that the industry has ever seen. Okay, there were likes of Vishwanathan Anand, Mohandas Pai, Mark Dixon, Nambi Narayanan, etc. And we presented our paper in this rapidly changing world. And that's my name, Bharani Kumar Tepuru, Survival Analytics of Automobiles. We won the first place, not just in one track, but across the tracks put together, we won the first place. And if you want to know more about the project, you can do survival analytics. And you will see that our paper would be in the first place, first page on Google. This is all the project management methodology that we have employed, right? And then this is the project. The beauty with us is, after our participants get trained, we give them an opportunity to work on the live project so that they get to know about the real world working and so that they get a job. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that our participants get placed. Okay, there are a few more things also, but I think this is good enough for now. Let me see if I can pull up this magazine wherein my article was published on CIO review. And this was for a bank. We have done for a bank, basically. Not a bank exactly, for an NBFC, non-banking financial corporation. We built a loan default prediction model, and that's me. Okay, we have built a loan default prediction model for that, and it's working very well. All right. So I think I need to get into the actual stuff now. These are the bunch of certifications which I have. All of our trainers, including me, are extremely well qualified. Everyone hail from Financial Times top 20 B school. They are either from Indian School of Business or IIMs or IITs. So you get to learn from the best. And these are not theoretical trainers. We are all practical data scientists. So you learn from those people who have practical experience. So your careers are safe and intact. Okay, I've done PMP, PMI, ACP, and risk management professional from PMI USA. I've done my Agile Project Management Foundation Practitioner from APMG UK. That was on Dynamic Systems Development Methodology Attorn. I've done my Lean Six Sigma Green, Black, and Master Black Belt from RAB QSA. I've done my Tableau certification. I'm ITIL certified, Information Technology Infrastructure Library. I'm a certified Scrum Master, Product Owner, Developer, and a practitioner. I've also done my Certified Auditor certification. One another junk certification which I've done is TCS Ion ProCert. Except for TCS, no other company on the planet accepts this certification. This is a pure junk. I put it there to tell you all that. Please do not pursue that and put yourself into trouble. Not worth it. I've started off working with HSBC. Then I worked with Indian Tobacco Corporation. Then I worked with Infosys. And the last company with which I was employed as an employee was with Deloitte. What else do I do? I happen to be a chief data scientist on 4 companies. And I happen to be a visiting faculty of Watson Business School. This is in short about my profile. Okay, now let's get into the actual subject here. We have recently launched domain analytics trainings. That means people who have finance background, they might want to do financial analytics as an additional module alongside data science training. It will be extremely helpful. People who have done their BBA in finance or MBA in finance or BCom or MCom, commerce graduates, etc. Financial analytics makes more sense for you guys. Someone from marketing, you can do marketing analytics. Someone from pharmacy, biotechnology, or medicine background, they can do life sciences, healthcare analytics. HR can do HR analytics. Someone working in manufacturing, mechanical engineering can opt for supply chain analytics. So in this way, we have 56 plus domain analytics programs. And here is the training. You all will undergo 20 hours of free data science training. It's absolutely free. Okay. And we, 360 Digit MG, have international accreditations. We have an accreditation from City and Guilds, which is a UK-based establishment. It has 150 plus years of history, and it is backed by Queen of England. This certification is so well recognized in UK, European Union, etc., that people who don't do graduation undergo City and Guilds certification training, and they get a better job. They get a better job based on this. We also have University Technology Malaysia, which is one of the top 5 universities in Malaysia. Right. Our participants also get UTM certificate. They have to take an exam. Here also they have to take an exam of City and Guilds or UTM, and you get that certification. We also have a third accreditation from TUV SUD, which is a German-based certification body. Okay. For our participants who register and enroll for our regular data science training, two things. One is data science for beginners, which is for 40 hours, and another is for 250 plus hours. For both of these, you can get UTM certification. And people who join our data science and AI training, along with getting UTM certification, they get an additional certification from City and Guilds. Okay. Friends, this is a time of economic turmoil. COVID-19 is impacting us in a very bad way. Our economy is in shambles. Not just our economy across the globe. Job hiring basically will halt for the next quarter or so. People who are laid back, people who do not upskill themselves, stand a huge risk of losing their jobs. I request you all not to fall into that category. Stock markets have plunged south. Crude oil price has come down significantly. And during these tough times, I request each one of you to don't lose hope. Just do one thing. Keep practicing, keep learning, keep upskilling yourself. That is the way to go as part of the downtime. Okay, so that's the reason why we have launched this free data science training for 20 hours, because we want everyone to be benefited. Everyone should learn and benefit from this lockdown. After the lockdown, you should be able to say that, hey, during the lockdown, I have upskilled myself. And that will instill a lot of confidence in your employers that you're taking your career seriously. Okay. A lot of people will lose jobs. Stock markets are down, not just in US or Malaysia, everywhere on the planet. More than half of American jobs are at risk. And this recession is going to be bad. It is going to be really bad. Trust me on that. It is going to be really bad. All these countries that I've listed down, Hong Kong, UK, Germany, Italy, China, Turkey, Argentina, all of these have entered into recession. And International Monetary Fund chief has told that we are into world recession, global recession. While these recession, etc., is impacting us, there are a few professions which are recession proof. And you need to embark upon that journey. Any data related job and any artificial intelligence related upskilling, career, etc., would be recession proof. You might ask me, hey, why are you saying so? Okay, I have a question for you, or let me show you. Yeah, this chatbot. There were 3 people who were doing manually chat. Okay, earlier in our company, there were 3 people. One person would work in morning shift, another person would work in afternoon shift, and a third person would work in night shift. When I've automated this chat process using artificial intelligence, what happened to those 3 people? They have lost their jobs. Is that bad? Is AI being ruthless? No. On one side, while those people have lost jobs, on another side, we have hired artificial intelligence experts who would automate the process for us. I need someone with AI skills. I need someone with data science skills to build such chatbots. So on one side, while I'm automating, because of which people might lose job, on another side, We are actually generating employment. That is AI for you. And who would lose job? Only those people who do not upskill themselves. They become obsolete in the market. Okay, and bad time is yet to come. Look at this. AI in the short run is going to destroy jobs, but will create more jobs than it destroys. World Economic Forum says this, that AI would kill 75 million jobs by 2020, but it would generate 133 million jobs. In short, AI will create 58 million new jobs by 2022. And these are the jobs for those people who upskill themselves on data science or AI. Okay, McKinsey predicted that 14% of the global workforce will be in dire need to switch occupation in the next 10 to 15 years. And a research center, Pew Research Center, predicted that 38% of the current jobs will be automated. So if you are sitting there and thinking that this recession will not impact me, then you are fooling yourself. The job that you're doing, if it is not in the emerging technology space, you would lose job. Sooner or later, you would lose. The only way for you to stay relevant in the market is to upskill yourself. AI has already changed the global economy, and it is believed to be adding 16%, which is nearly $13 trillion to the current global economic output by 2030. Recession and AI jobs are very friendly. AI jobs are used to automate the jobs at the time of recession, and people with AI skills will flourish. People with data science skills will flourish. Yeah, they will be there. Okay, welcome to this training, friends. Data science certification program. Hey, this is free. Would you also provide a certification? Hold on to that thought. If we have people who are going to attend all these sessions, 10 sessions, you would receive a certificate from 360 Digit MG on the last day. Okay. Another thing is, we will also have quiz. So please stay awake. Do not sleep. Lunchtime, you would have had nice lunch. Do not go to sleep because there will be quizzes. If you answer the quizzes correctly, and if you attend the session, if you stay until the end, then you would get, every day we will do a lottery. One of you all, one person would get Amazon gift coupon every day. Every day, one of you who stay until the end and who answer the quiz questions, it might be right or wrong, but if you answer the quiz questions and stay until the end, you would receive Amazon gift coupon, one of you. How would we decide? Using a lucky draw. We will use analytics for lucky draw as well, and you will get this Amazon gift coupon the very next day. So tomorrow you'll get that. All right. You are going to learn the tool called as R as part of this training. However, if you enroll for a regular training of beginners program 40 hours or 250 hours, you learn Python as well for 40 hours training. For 250 hours, you learn Tableau, which is a data visualization tool. You learn about SQL. You learn about Hadoop, Spark. You learn about machine learning on cloud. And you'll also be given SaaS e-learnings. But one thing, friends, I need to be vocal here. Okay, I should be vocal here in saying that please do not learn SaaS. It is in deep shambles. It is going southwards. The tools that you need to focus upon are R and Python. You'll be learning R. The software called R is much easy to understand, and you'll be learning that. Okay, so in this session, you will be introduced to data science and analytics, data in information age. What is the amount of data that is getting generated? What is the demand and supply gap for data scientists, various analytical tools, so on and so forth. So let us get started. Each time you purchase a product online, on Amazon or Flipkart, what is going to happen? Data would be generated. Stock market, right? I have a question for you all. What is the frequency at which data gets generated on stock market? Do you think data gets generated every minute? Or do you think data gets generated every second? What do you think? Please use chat window and can you all respond? Let me see. What is your answer to this? As I've told you, remember, you will have to answer. If you answer, you would be rewarded towards the end. Okay, every second. Now I have another question for you all. Do you think data gets generated every second, or do you think data gets generated every millisecond? What do you think? Is it every second or every millisecond? Let me see your responses. Okay, you all are saying it's less than a second, millisecond. Okay. Now I have another question. A few of you all are saying this, right? Is it every millisecond or every microsecond? Every microsecond, right? Data is getting generated every microsecond on stock market across the globe. Every country has its own stock market. Imagine the amount of data it would generate. Okay, and another most important and amazing thing is IoT devices, Internet of Things, IoT. I have a question for you all. Okay, IoT devices means devices which are connected over internet. Devices connected over internet, if they start exchanging data, that is called as Internet of Things. But I have a question for you. What is the world's population? Any guesses? What is the world's population, friends? Any guess? Let me see your responses. What is the world's population? Okay, a few of you all say 6 billion. A few of you all say 7, 7.8, 7.5. Wonderful. Wonderful. Majority of you all got it right. The world's population is approximately 7.5 billion. And do you know what? Research says that by 2021, one of the research organizations says that there will be 50 billion interconnected devices. 50 billion. For every person on the planet, you will have 7 to 8 interconnected devices. That's the future that we are looking at. What would these devices do? These devices will be generating data like the humanity has never seen before. We are seeing tip of an iceberg, friends. Okay, so let me play a video which will give you a sense on IoT devices. I think it won't be here, but let me play IoT device, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Watch this video, friends, on how amazingly people have used Internet of Things to generate, data, and then use that data for their business benefit. Let me play that.
What the public saw as magic was actually a carefully orchestrated feat of technology. We mounted an ADS-B antenna on the roof of a nearby building to read live data directly from each aircraft's transponder within 200 kilometers. All aircraft emit radio waves containing their speed, altitude, GPS location, and a call sign. Our antenna was connected to a PC with a custom-built application, which identified the British Airways planes and sent the data to our cloud server that controlled the billboards. We created a virtual trigger zone in the sky that acted like a tripwire, so that when a BA plane entered our trigger zone, within 0.2 seconds we'd cross-reference the registration number with flight data from Heathrow to determine the destination. Cloud altitude data told us if the plane could be seen, and if it could, the information was sent to our billboard, interrupting the current content and playing our ad. We targeted a moment. The moment a plane flies overhead, inspiring our audience to share what they saw and igniting their passion to explore the world.
Wow. Such a classic example of perfect application of IoT sensors and the kind of data that we are generating. Right? So, amount of data that would get generated would just explode. Each time you go to a brick and mortar store, that is a supermarket, and each time you purchase product, data is getting generated. There is a lot of video surveillance going on. Video analytics, image processing is at its hem. A lot of data is getting generated. Can anyone guess on what this is? What am I trying to show here in this image? Any guesses? Anyone? Let's see. Let me look at your chat. Yeah. What is it that we are showing? This one. Please, can you all respond? I request everyone to respond. Friends, by responding, you're communicating with us and saying us that you're actively listening to the session. That is important. Remember, tomorrow you have a prize to be won. On the last day, you would get a certificate, which has its own value. So please pay attention. Yep. This is called as Mars rover. Not just things which are extraterrestrial, which you see on the planet Earth, but also things which are extraterrestrial are generating data. This is Mars rover. It explores planet Mars. It sends signals, images, video of this planet called Mars. You have Google, which is generating data, Facebook, LinkedIn, drug discovery, in a big way, data are getting generated. Wearable devices. It captures the number of steps you take, the number of calories you burn, how much time did you sleep, how much time were you half asleep, deep asleep, etc. And this data can be shared with your physicians, doctors, and they will suggest you on whether your lifestyle is good or bad. Would you become diabetic patient? Would you experience a heart stroke given your current lifestyle? All such things can be analyzed. This information can also be given to your insurance firm. what would happen then? If you're a healthy customer, insurance firm will reduce the health insurance premium. Health insurance premium would come down. But if you are an unhealthy customer, then your insurance premium would just go up. Okay, what's happening every minute as we sit here? Roughly 38 million users watch videos every minute. So many tweets every 60 seconds. 4,000 items are sold every minute on Amazon, every minute. Roughly 12 million messages are sent on WhatsApp every 60 seconds. 1.66 billion people log into Facebook, right? And then 3.5 billion searches every day. How many of y'all are aware of steganography? Steganography. Anyone who is aware of that? Can you please use the chat window and respond? For those people who are not aware of steganography, steganography is an art of hiding things. Meaning, if I want to send sensitive information, say you and I are an intelligence bureau, we know for a fact that our emails can be spied on. Someone can hack into our emails. So what would we do then? I'm going to send you an email saying that here are my birthday pictures, photos. When a hacker hacks into this, they will find the photos. But when this reaches the right person, the appropriate person would decrypt that or peel away the photo, and information would be hidden here. This is also generating data. And one more very interesting and amazing thing about Alibaba is that they celebrate a day called as Singles Day. I'm not sure how many of y'all are not married, but in China, they believe people who are single are the happiest people on the planet. I'm sure the married people would agree with me on this, right? And in China, they celebrate that day, one day in a year, saying that, hey, we are single, we are the most happiest. And on that one day, Alibaba, one day, they made sales worth $38.4 billion. You all are aware of Infosys, which is Bellwether. Okay, Infosys on one fine, I think I'm going off board a little. Sorry about that. Okay. Infosys in 1 year has done revenue worth $12.4 billion. Infosys in 1 year, one whole year, with 243,000 employees, has made $12.4 billion. So let me write it down here. How much did Infosys do? Infosys, approximately 12 billion in whole 1 year. But Alibaba on a single day made sales worth $38.4 billion, which is 3 times more than what Infosys would do in entire 365 days. Just compare it for a change. 365 days, this is the revenue. On a single day, this is the revenue. Imagine the number of people who would have visited Alibaba.com or AliExpress.com. Imagine the number of clicks on their website. Imagine the number of products that they would have purchased. Imagine the amount of data which people would have generated. Awesome, amazing, mind-boggling, right? That is the amount of data that we are seeing now. A few of you all might also have this doubt on why are organizations going crazy about data? What is so much about this? Let me tell you that. In the good old days, we had floppy disks, and it used to have probably 1.44 MB storage device, the way I remember from my generation. And I still remember when I go to internet cafe, download a file and load into floppy disk. The moment I come home and insert that floppy disk in home PC, this floppy would not work. Very unreliable. Okay. And very less amount of data is what we were able to store. This changed, the trend changed. Now the trend is micro storage devices. Micro storage devices. From 1.44 MB, the world moved on to 512 GB. And this device is so small that it's 1 by 100 the size of the floppy disk. So the size shrinked. The size of the storage devices shrinked. And the amount of data it could store increased exponentially, right? So the storage increased exponentially. And on one fine day, I placed this in my pocket. I forgot. I washed the pant. I dried it under the sun. And then I also ironed that. And then I wore the pant again. And when I put my hand into the pocket, I could feel this. Then I removed, I thought, would this work? But when I tried it, it worked wonders. And even until date, it is still working. Very reliable. So the reliability increased exponentially. And finally, when you speak about the cost of data storage, in 1980s, 1 GB hard disk was costing approximately $1 million. $1 million for 1 GB. And today in 2020, if you want to use the hard disk, or if you want to store the data, and if you open a Gmail account, 15 GB of storage is given to you for free. Free. Devices shrink the storage capacity, increase the storage devices have become reliable, costs have shrinked, hence organizations are going gaga about data. Here we have data centers, right? Data centers mean collection of high-end computers, which are called as servers. And Google, Facebook, or Microsofts of the world have data centers which are as big as football field or a cricket stadium. These are now getting replaced by quantum computers. Look at this quantum computer. Look at how small this is. Look at that person standing with the hand on the hip. And look at this. Entire data center can be fit into such a small device, which is as powerful as the entire data center. Quantum computing is the thing of the future. Okay. Now, there are a few laws that you have to learn because you're into data, right? Data scientist is what you would become eventually. One is called as Moore's law. Moore's law says that you'll have chips, and on chips, you'll have something called as transistors. On your electronic chips, you'll have transistors. These transistors would take the data as input and amplify the data, amplify the signal. That is computation. And if the number of transistors are more will be the processing speed. According to Moore's law, the density of transistors on these chips would get doubled every 2 years. It would get doubled every 2 years. There is another law called as Craig's law, which says that if you have a hard disk, which has all these disks which store the data, For the same size of hard disk, the amount of data storage would get doubled every year. And then you have something called as Butter's law of photonics, network capacity. The amount of data coming out of optical fiber would get double every 9 months. We have 4G network now. We are fast moving into 5G. That means the speeds would get double. And one of the research says that by end of 2021, humanity will see double the data every day. What does that mean? You go sleep, you wake up in the morning, you will see double the amount of data that you have seen the previous day. This is going to be a game changer. Data imaging, Henry's law. The number of pixels per dollar in a digital camera would get double every 2 years. What does this mean? This means that if you purchase a 20 megapixel camera for say 20,000 rupees, if you wait for another 2 years, for the same 20,000, you would get 40 megapixel camera. All these are the reasons why organizations are going after data, right? If at all someone wants to hack some sensitive information, etc., then they would go after data. Given an option on, would you like to have an oil well in Middle East versus would you want to have data? People would say, I want to have data. That's the power of data, friends. Very powerful. Okay, let us take breather for a minute. And let me tell you one more thing, that there is a lot of misconception in the industry. People interchangeably use the terms AI, artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, deep learning. A lot of people in the industry have no clue on what is the difference between these different professions. Okay, let me help you understand better. AI is artificial intelligence. If we can imbibe human intelligence, into artificially into systems or computers or robots, that's human intelligence. Remember, I've played this video for you guys. Which video of robot? Past participants were also involved in building this robot. This robot, if you see a green bounding box there, is identifying this person. Facial recognition using the camera, it does that. It will do automatic attendance tracking. It will serve as a security guard for us. It will not allow unauthorized people enter our premise. What does that mean? This means that security guard, his job is imbibed into this robot, and this robot will act exactly like a security guard would do, and that's artificial intelligence. Remember, I've shown you one more thing, the AI driven chatbot which we have built. Who chats with me? Artificial intelligence driven chatbot. It chats with me exactly the way a human would do. Exactly the way a human would do. So human intelligence, if I imbibe that or embed that artificially into a system, that is artificial intelligence. And then you have something called as data science. What is data science? What do scientists usually do? They do research. Scientists usually do research. And the people who do research on data are called as data scientists. And the profession or the field in which they work is called as data science. Within data science, there is a subset called as data mining. It is very, very similar to coal mining. What do you do in coal mining? You dig coal. And you would obviously get coal, no doubt about that. And if you're lucky, you might get hold of precious metals such as diamond. When you mine data, you're expected to draw meaningful insights. And the insights as precious as diamond is what organizations want. And these 20 hours of training also to a great extent will help you draw meaningful insights from the data. So please stay focused. Okay, and then you have machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of data mining, which is all about building predictive models. Predictive modeling. What does that mean? Can you predict and tell me on how many COVID-19 cases India might experience over the next 1 week? If someone applies for a loan, can you upfront tell me on whether that person will pay the entire loan amount or will that person be a defaulter like Vijay Mallya? Right? We have built a lot of such prediction models, friends. I can show you many of those on our InnoDataTech's website. We have built machine breakdown models. That means predicting on when will a machine break down, which component of the machine might break down. We built such models. We automated the process. We built cancer prediction models by looking at the images, radiology images, pathology images. By looking at those images, we predicted cancer. We built such models. Financial services insurance. We predicted on who are those people who might default on the loan. We predicted insider trading. These are all the use cases which are there on our website, which we have already accomplished. We have done these projects. Okay, these are not a few things which are, okay, I can also show you wind turbine model that we built. Let me clear.
Troubles are very uncertain when vital components of a machine breaks down. Turbine failure is one such major issue, which eventually brings everything to a halt. So, what if we can predict the problem and fix it before the issue arises? Doesn't it sound good? Well, InnoDataTech's, with extensive research, has a sophisticated solution using ML and AI algorithms that would alert you of a possible problem which may arise. Our expert scientists with immense domain knowledge work on the data generated from turbines and also on data that is gathered from various related platforms. Since our objective is to be proactive and not reactive, this solution will avoid the near future futile breaks in electricity production and the losses it incurs when a turbine halts. This solution in turn helps the plant manager take necessary steps in advance. Following are the benefits: reduction in maintenance cost, reduction of losses by around 55%, improvement in operational efficiency, reduction in breakdown time, higher efficiency.
InnoDataTech's innovation, data, analytics.
So we build a lot of such products, and we bring these use cases into our training curriculum so that our participants learn the real life practical use cases, not the textbook examples alone. And there is a subset of machine learning called as deep learning. And nowadays, neural networks is synonymous to deep learning. And this is the future. Neural network algorithms are used to build AI applications. So henceforth, you guys should not be confused, okay, with these terms. Please pay attention. There is a lot of untapped opportunity. Data scientists would be the sexiest job of 21st century. Yes, no one has any doubt on that now. While I was working, the term called data scientist did not exist, friends. We were calling the work that we did back then as statistical programming. We were using the tools such as R long back. Okay, it has become famous now, but it was existent since 1993. Okay, the amount of data in the world is projected to rise to 133 zettabytes. Question to you all: how many zeros will you have in zettabytes? When I say zettabytes, what do we mean by that? How many zeros will you have? Question to you all. Can you all please use the chat window and respond? I request everyone to respond. You get points, okay, when you respond. Let's see how many of you all respond. Okay. How many zeros? Yep. Majority of you all are getting it right. Amazing, friends. I'm so happy that you're actively getting involved. It is 10 raised to the power 21 bytes. Absolutely. So bang on. 10 raised to the power 21. That's huge data. And in 2018, we have seen 33 zettabytes. The amount of data is not just getting double, it is growing exponentially. Demand for data scientists also would boom and increase exponentially. So more the amount of data, better it is for our profession. There is going to be a huge shortage of data scientists in the US. Here is the August LinkedIn Workforce Report. According to that report, data science skills are in extremely high demand across the various industries, not in just one industry, but across the various industries. Organizations are desperate for data scientists and AI experts. The hunt for unicorn data scientists is lifting the salaries northwards. Demand and salaries for data scientists would continue to climb. That is what a lot of job portals have to say. And since there is a huge demand supply gap, data scientists would be expensive to hire because you need to pay them very high salary. And when it comes to the number of tools, Python predominantly is number one, followed by R. Rapid Miner, please don't worry about that. That is a licensed tool. Future belongs to open source. Future belongs to open source. And Excel, oh my God, that's one of the horrible tools now. Of course, if you have small data, it's amazing. But when you have big data or data which is slightly bigger, then you cannot afford to use Excel. As part of a full-blown training, okay, for these 20 hours training, right, what tool are we going to learn? We are going to learn the tool called R. It is good, it is easy. And based on that also, you might want to enhance further. We also have Anaconda, SQL, TensorFlow, Keras, Scikit-learn, Tableau. Do you know what? 8 of these tools that you're seeing here, 8, except for Rapid Miner and Excel, all of the other things we teach as part of our 250 plus hours of full length training, data science training. Okay. What would you ideally learn as part of your regular data science training? I'll speak about that. And then we'll get into our curriculum. You learn about statistical analysis and people who are new to statistics. Don't worry, because we train you right from 8th standard math onwards. 8th standard math. For example, we say, okay, let us take numbers such as 1, 2, 3. And how do you calculate average of these numbers? You add all these numbers, so it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, divide by the total count, 1, 2, 3 numbers. So it will be 6 by 3, which is 2. From this level, we get started. And slowly and steadily, we keep building on the advanced concepts. You'll also learn about something called as hypothesis testing. You learn about TRISP-DM, the project management methodology. As part of this, you learn about what do we mean by data collection. Once I collect the data, what do? We clean the data cleansing and data preparation. Then you do exploratory data analysis. And you learn about descriptive analytics. You learn about probability distributions. You learn about hypothesis testing. You learn about feature engineering, feature extraction, feature selection, and a bunch of those. As part of our data mining supervised learning, you have correlation analysis, regression analysis, classification, black box, neural network, support vector machine, ensemble models, boosting algorithms, bagging algorithms, bunch of those. And you learn about data mining supervised learning such as clustering, dimension reduction, association rules, text mining and natural language processing, sentiment analysis, forecasting. You learn about data-driven approaches, model-driven approaches, ARIMA, ARMA, exponential smoothing, moving average, a bunch of those. And you also will learn about Tableau. And when you learn about deep learning, you will learn about artificial neural network. You will learn about convolution neural networks, and you learn about recurrent neural networks using TensorFlow and Keras. And finally, the one thing which is lacking in the industry is people are asking in interviews questions such as, how do you deploy the model in production? How do you deploy a model in production? And trust me, those people who are getting trained, you name a training institute in the country, they are not teaching the practical deployment. Okay, I built a prediction model. What do I do now? How do I give it to the customer? Customer would say, hey, can you deploy it in production? Can you build at scale? How would you do that? Right? For that, we have a separate module, which is for 40 hours. So 250 plus hours of training, followed by 40 hours of core interview preparation and deployment training. And this program that we have has 100% job placement guarantee, not assurance, not assistance, guarantee. 100% job placement guarantee. Okay. What does it take for y'all to become successful data scientists? Let me tell you. You need to attend all the classes. These 20 hours, please attend. We are giving it for free. Make the best use of this. We are going to share the recorded videos with only those people who stay until the end and who actually get involved, right? Who answer to the questions and so on and so forth. So you need to have attendance, right? That is mandatory. At least you need to have greater than 80% of attendance. Then let me ask this question. How many of you all don't know swimming? Don't know how to swim? Okay, I'll not ask you guys to prove that you know swimming. But yeah, how many of you all know swimming or don't know swimming? Can you all please use the chat window and respond? Everyone, please. How many of you all don't know swimming? Okay. Okay. A lot of you all don't know swimming. All right. So this is what I request you all to do. Go watch YouTube videos on how to swim, all the top-notch videos. Watch those videos and go to Google. Search the best books to learn swimming. Best books to learn swimming. Read all the books. So you watched all the videos, you read all the books, go jump into swimming pool. What will happen? What do you think will happen, friends? That would be a career-ending move, isn't it? Right? You will drown, you will die. And you learn swimming only through practice, not by watching videos or reading books. Data science or AI is exactly the same. You need practice. If you do not practice, you cannot learn. You cannot become a successful data scientist. You cannot get a job. For sure, you will not get a job if you do not practice. And do you know what? In addition to our regular training, 250 plus hours of training, in addition to that, we give people 140 plus hours of assignments. And we have an assignments team who will follow up with you and ask you to submit the assignments. They will evaluate your assignments and provide constructive feedback to you. Learn from that feedback. Practice is must. There is no substitute for practice. And finally, you need that practical experience. In interviews, they will ask you practical questions. How did you deploy your model in production? If the amount of data increases, will your model withstand? They will ask such pointed, practical questions. If you want to answer those, you should work on the live project, which will also give you a lot of domain knowledge. You have to work on live project, which will be for another 140 plus hours. In total, it's a 6 months journey. It's a 6 months journey. Okay, what we also do is, when we take the session, we record each and every session and we place it on a learning management system. Okay, by the way, they've also launched India's first full stack data scientist program with 100% job guarantee. And it's launched in partnership with University Technology Malaysia and City and Guilds UK and IBM, in collaboration with IBM. Okay, now, once you are done for 1 month, you can, that is optional. If you want, you might want to travel to Malaysia, spend 1 month time there, do your live project, get a certificate from University Malaysia there, and then come back to India. These are all the various awards that we have, accolades which we have, that we are the one of the best training institutes, right? These are the various companies and colleges whom we have trained until now. The list would go endlessly, and each trainer that we have has a strong educational background and a strong practical background. Yep, here are a bunch of benefits. After this, we will take 5 minutes break, and then we will get started with our first module of training. Okay, so these are the benefits. If you enroll with us, you can attend the sessions multiple times in 1 year. And we also place all of our recorded videos on our learning management system. You can watch those for the rest of your life. You will be given alumni status, meaning you will be given 14 to 15 free webinars every month, and you'll have additional discounts on our programs. We add you to our WhatsApp groups, wherein we post interview questions on a daily basis. So your interview preparation starts right from day one. And trust me, our objective is, and our success is defined based on how many people get placed. Okay, while I'm speaking that, I also want to show you a proof. And let me go to my post. Yep. 11 people, 11 of our interns got placed. These people, I've written here. After undergoing the internship, they have got placed across India. 11 people. And we have taken upon ourselves a goal that 100 people should be placed every quarter. You'll have quizzes at the end of each module. You'll have to get more than 70% to move to the next module. You'll have assignments at the end of each module. You have to submit your assignments. Once you reach this stage, you receive 360 Digit MG certificate. And for these 20 hours also, we have certificate which we will give you. And you can get UTM certification, University Technology Malaysia. For this, you have to take an additional exam, and you will get IBM certification also, certificate that will carry its own value. Okay, that will carry its own sweet value in the market. Then once you cross this stage, you will be working on live projects along with our team of data scientists. And this will be for 140 plus hours, and you receive another certificate from InnoDataTex. As opposed to saying that you got trained from a training institute, you can claim that you have done a live project with an analytics consulting firm from US. This will carry a lot of value. We will then help you prepare your resume. We will provide you with sample resumes. We will conduct sessions for freshers, for working professionals, etc., so that your resumes stand out. Most of the resumes, the moment we see, we will get to know whether that is fake or genuine. So we will help you prepare your resume better. We are going to conduct mock interviews on you. Okay, and we will let you know on what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. Then our job placement assistance begins. We have a dedicated placement department. We have tie-up with 100 plus companies. Whenever there are any job opportunities, they let us know. And we share our participants' profiles, whose profiles, not everyone, of course. Whoever has done the live project, whoever has crossed this stage, we want to help them get placed. We have trained until now 20,000 plus people across the globe. They are working in various companies. So whenever there are job opportunities in their companies, they let us know. And we, share the job opportunities with our participants. And we are from Indian School of Business, Indian Institute of Management and IIT. And all of the people with whom we have studied are in a senior position. We have a very strong alumni. And whenever there are job opportunities, they do let us know. And we share our participants' profiles. And this is how we are committed to ensuring that you get a job. And when you join a company, when you need any assistance on your projects, we do provide assistance. Okay, that's how it is. These are our various social media forums. Please follow us. And if you feel that, connecting with me on LinkedIn, I have a lot of senior people on my profile anyways. If you feel it is worth it, then I'm going to post it here. I'm sending on the chat window. You might want to connect with me. Okay. Here are our details. Okay. And you can always contact us on our website. We have a lot of learning centers across India. Tomorrow, I'm going to display all of our learning centers. If you are from, say, joining in from Assam, we have a learning center in Guwahati. If you want to join in Bhilai or Raipur, we have a learning center there. If you want to join in Chennai, we have 4 learning centers in Chennai. We are there in Coimbatore, we are there in Trichy, we are there in Bengaluru, we are there in Pune, we are there in Mumbai, we are there in Delhi. Okay, so we are there for you. The place, the location that you want to undergo training, you can. Okay, and then of course, we have our contact details here. You might want to inquire, you might want to call us. If you call on this number, if you are pertaining to a specific location, we will route you to that learning center. Okay, what else? Let us take, yeah, we are in Hyderabad. We are headquartered in Hyderabad, friends. All right, so now we will take a quick and very quick 5 minutes break, or rather, let's take, I would say 10 minutes break. Let us all connect back at 3:30 p.m. Let us take break. Now it's 3:22, I believe. Let us take a break until 3:30 and let us join back at 3:30 p.m. All right, I'll be on mute until then. We shall start in a minute from now, friends. Let me stop the sharing. I need to open the other set of slides. And we shall get started. Yeah. Let me share the screen now. And we should get started now. Okay. Welcome to the session once again. Yeah. The first thing is we need to be aware of basic statistics. Okay, that's the first step of any data science. It's like you learn about alphabets, right? You learn alphabets, A, B, C, D, to learn English. In that way, to learn data science, you need to learn basic statistics. This is the first step. And within basic statistics, the first thing is learn about data types. Then learn about measurements. Then what is probability distribution, inferential statistics, measures of central tendency, dispersion, and expected value. Here is the first thing. Data science means you're working on data, right? Since you're working on data, you need to first understand on what are the two prime data types. One is continuous, another is discrete. What do you mean by continuous data? Continuous data is that data, if you represent in decimal format, if you represent some variable in decimal format, it will still start making sense. For example, will this training end exactly at 4 p.m.? It started at 2 p.m. Will this training end exactly at 4 p.m.? Answer is maybe. But if I say it is going to end at 4:01, you'll say, okay, that's fine. It's acceptable. If I say I'm going to end it at 4:01 and 10 seconds, all right, you can represent in that way. Doesn't make any difference. 1 minute, 10 seconds, and 10 microseconds. Then also you'll say, fine. So if I can represent this in decimal format, and if it still makes sense, that's continuous data. Okay, I can say that my weight is 80 kgs. Okay, I mean, earlier it was 85 kgs. Now that it is locked down, I'm doing the entire household work. Okay, now it is, right? Husbands are doing, wives are not working, sitting at home. So obviously husband's weight will drop. So my weight is 80 kgs now. That was on a jovial note. If I say my weight is 80.4 kgs, it is still acceptable. I'm representing in decimal format. It's still acceptable. If I say my weight is 80.43 kgs, yep, you're being very precise in explaining or telling about your weight. This is acceptable. If I say my weight is 80.4329 kgs, still it's fine. That means even if you represent weight in decimal format, it is making sense. If it makes sense, it is continuous data. Think about laptops. If I say I have one laptop, you'll say, okay, If I say I have 2 laptops, you'll still say it is okay. But if I say I have 1.75 laptops, what would you say? Are you mad? How can you have 1.75 laptops? You either have 1 laptop or 2 laptops. How can you have 1.75? That means if I represent something in decimal format, if it does not make sense, that is discrete data. I can say I have 1 car. I can say I have 2 cars. Can I say I have 1.5 cars? You cannot. So if you represent something in decimal format, and if it does not make sense, that is called as what data? Discrete data. Okay. You can say your wife beats you 1 time, beats you 2 times. You cannot say my wife beats me 1.5 times. You cannot say that, right? So if you represent something in decimal format, if it does not make sense, that is discrete data. If it makes sense, it is continuous data. Having said this, now you will have a poll. Okay, I'll give you a poll. 1 second. Let me first choose this. Question coming your way. Please answer. Okay, I'm creating a question now. Okay, I published. Please answer. I request everyone to answer. Amazing. Good. I see good responses coming my way. Very good interaction, friends. Very good. I really appreciate. Your responses are getting captured. Wonderful. So, you're right. You guys got it right. Bang on, right? Yes. Height can be 6 feet or it can be 6.1 feet. It can be 6.12 feet also. That means even if I represent in decimal format, it is making sense. If I represent something in decimal format, and if it makes sense, that is called as continuous data. So if I represent something in decimal format, and if it makes sense, it is continuous data. Another poll coming your way quickly. I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to reset and I'm going to have a new poll. Okay, answer this. Let's see how many of you all get it right. There you go. Yep, please answer. Let's see. Wow, wonderful. Wonderful response. Amazing, friends. So you're learning, right? As part of your training, you're also learning. Good, good. Very interesting results. And the results says this, that number of flights flying every minute, right? So number is always number, either 1 flight or 2 flights or maybe 1,000 flights. Can you say 1.89 flights are flying? No, it's a whole number, either 1 flight or 2 flights or 1,000 or 2,000. So if you represent something in decimal format, if it does not make sense, that's discrete data. Okay, remember that. If you know these two good enough, next let us understand this. There are 4 more data types that you need to learn as part of today's training. Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Nominal data means just labels, just names. All your names are nominal data. If you have nominal data, you cannot analyze much, just by knowing your names. What can I do? My name is Bharani. Okay. I mean, it's the name of a star, but girls also have that name, boys also have that name. You cannot differentiate. And also, it's just a name. You cannot get any additional information out of that. Example, Coke and Pepsi. So what? These are just names of soft drinks. There's nothing much that I can glean from this. The next measure is ordinal data. Ordinal data means it conveys preference. What does it convey? Preference. That is a direction. If you say, I prefer Coke to Pepsi, that means in the order of your liking, you can say first I like Coke, then comes Pepsi. You can place them in order, first, second. You can place them in order. If you can place nominal data, that is names, in an order, then it's called as ordinal. Order, ordinal. Ordinal, order, right? In that way. Order matters. Or you can place the data in an order. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, if say person A gives a rating to Coke as 7, this is for Coke, this guy gives a rating of 7, and the same person gives a rating to Pepsi as 4. And say there is another person, B, who gives a rating to Coke as 9 or 7 and Pepsi as 4. Now let me remove Pepsi for the ease of understanding. Let me say Coke. Person A gives a rating of 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, meaning likes, this guy likes the most, and 1 means they do not like it. Okay. Here, when you give a rating of 7 and another person also gives a rating of 7, then do you think both of them like Coke equally? What do you think, friends? Both of them are giving a rating of 7. Does that mean both of these people like Coke equally? Need not be. It depends on the person. Maybe person A is very liberal, meaning even if this guy likes a little, he gives a high rating. Maybe this guy is very liberal. Say you have another person, B. He has given a rating of 7, but this guy is very conservative. Meaning, until and unless this guy likes Coke amazingly well, he will not give a rating of 7. This guy, even if he likes a little, he gives a high rating. So 7 from person A and 7 from person B are not the same. You cannot compare. If you have such a data, it's called as interval data. Let me give another example. Say you have temperature 16 degrees Celsius. You get a person A from Antarctica. And say you have person B from Saudi Arabia. Antarctica minus degrees, Saudi Arabia very hot. And I expose 16 degrees Celsius to both these people. Okay. I asked this guy A from Antarctica, Mr. Antarctica, on Mr. Antarctica, what do you think about 16 degrees Celsius? Mr. Antarctica will say, hey, that's a normal temperature. We usually have minus 20, minus 30 degrees. And this temperature is very hot. If I go to Mr. Saudi Arabia and ask, hey, Mr. Saudi Arabia, what do you think about this temperature? This guy will say, oh my God, it's very cold. Because for us, 40, 50 degrees Celsius is the normal temperature. 16 degrees Celsius is very cold. Same number. It's the same number, but two people have different perceptions. For the same number, if two people have different perceptions, that data is called as what data? Interval data. And then you have something called as ratio data. What is ratio data? Ratio data means you have an absolute scale. What does that mean? Let me give you an example. Say I paid 10 rupees to buy Coke. Person A paid 10 rupees to buy Coke. Person B also has paid 10 rupees to buy Coke. Did both of pay the same amount? Yes. Anywhere on the planet, 10 rupees are the same. If I give 10 rupees to Mr. Antarctica and if I give 10 rupees to Mr. Saudi Arabia, we have paid same amount to both of them. So if you have numbers which mean the same for everyone, that's ratio data. This is called as objective data. It means the same for everyone. Whereas temperature, for these two people, it means different. That is called as subjective. If you have subjective data, it's interval. Ratio data is objective in nature. Again, we will take poll. Let's see who will get it right this time. I end the poll and I'm gonna start a new poll. Question to you all coming your way. Please be active. All these will help you win an award. Okay. Tomorrow we will run that award winning live before the session starts. Okay. Here we go. Question to you all. Okay. Let me see. What data type is this? Let me see. I'm adding the number, or I'm adding the question rather. Okay, here you go. Please answer. Quick, fastest finger. Let's see. Please answer. I'm looking at your question. Okay, wonderful, friends. Wonderful. Do you know what? You all will see the results towards the end. Awesome. Almost everyone is getting it right. Live, I'm tracking your responses. Everyone, please respond. Wonderful, friends. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, I have told names of cities. Names of cities are just labels, names. You cannot do much with that. So that's nominal data. You cannot do much. Now let me say, I'm giving you another question now. All right. This other question that I'm going to add now is, let's see how many of y'all will get it right. Adding. Numbers here. Go. Yep. Please answer. Quick. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Amazing, amazing. A few of y'all are still responding, but yep. Do you know what? I always believe that majority will get it right, and yeah, kilometers. See, this is how you need to answer, friends. If I say I travel for 100 kilometers, if you ask two people, what do you mean by 100 kilometers? Or say Mr. A or Mr. He travel for 100 kilometers, and Mrs. She also traveled for 100 kilometers. Did both of them travel exactly the same distance? Yes. If there is no ambiguity in these two numbers, both mean the same. Invite any person on the planet, say that Mr. He traveled for 100 kilometers and Mrs. She traveled for 100 kilometers. Did they both travel equal distance? They will say yes. If the numbers mean the same for everyone, that's ratio data. If the numbers mean the same for everyone, that's ratio data. Okay, so I think today we can stop it a little early. Okay, and let me tell you that, and let me also help with the entire screen share, because I have this habit of doing a final recap on mind map. What did we discuss as part of this data science training? Of course, we had our own introductory session. Post that, we discussed about the various data types. In this, we discussed about continuous data. What is continuous data? Data, if represented in decimal format, makes sense. That's continuous data. And what do you mean by discrete data? Data, if represented in decimal format, does not make sense. Okay, that's discrete data. And we have a few more data types. We discussed about nominal data, ordinal data. Nominal means just labels, means, that's it. There is not a lot of analysis that you can perform. Ordinal data means order matters. Order of labels or names matter. Then you have interval data, meaning temperature, for example. If I say 5 degrees Celsius, 5 degrees Celsius, for Indians it might be hot. For people from cold climate countries, it might be normal for them. For us, it's cold, for them, it's normal. So the same number of 5 degrees Celsius mean different for different people. That means it is subjective. That's interval data. Ratio data is that data which is universally the same. If I say I have 100 rupees, and if you say you have 100 rupees, both of us have the same number, same amount. If you have such a data, it is called as objective data. Okay, and tomorrow when we connect, tomorrow when we join, what are we going to learn? We are going to to learn about random variable, probability distribution, and then you're going to learn about exploratory data analysis. You learn about exploratory data analysis. In this, you learn about first, second, moment business decisions. And tomorrow we will get started with our programming basics. Okay, so these are a few things that we are going to learn tomorrow. So please join tomorrow. Let us take it to the next level. Okay, thank you all so much for joining in. Hope you have enjoyed the session. We will ensure that all the sessions are as exciting as always. Thank you all. Thank you all.